If I asked you what the best control deck from Ascended Heroes was, I bet we'd have the same answer. Pidgeot Control! What? Froslass Munkidori? That's not even control! Froslass Munkidori, by far my favorite deck of all time. I was obsessed with it for the entirety of the Ascended Heroes format, and I won a league challenge with it one time, and I've never really talked about it up until this point, except for this one post where I talked about how it was gonna die. And speaking of it dying, it just did. Some people are trying to keep the dream alive, but it's an uphill battle that I don't think is very winnable. That is, not without some extra help. If we take a look at some City League deck lists from Japan, where rotation has been a thing for a while now, we might be able to find some answers. The first one I found notable was Froslass Bronzong. Bronzong has the Evolution Jammer attack, which completely stops your opponent from evolving. And with some test games with Limitless Tabletop, I was able to get a turn 2 Bronzong in 7 out of 10 games. And in 2 of the games where I didn't instantly get it, I was only a turn or 2 away. And if you're fighting a big basic deck like Slopbox or Raging Bolt, you can just use Faradraft, which is completely immune to basic EXs. One thing I'd like to note, the one deck that did win a tournament didn't use Faradraft, so it's probably not the most important thing, but I'd definitely use it. Getting a turn 2 Bronzong completely incapacitates Dragapult, Alakazam, and Zoroark, Cynthia's Garchomp, and like a billion other things. I actually wrote Dragapult twice in the script, I meant to say Lucario. I have no clue how you're supposed to beat Rocket's Mewtwo, the matchup seems pretty unwinnable, but moving on. There are only 2 deck lists for this one, but I think it's pretty interesting. Froslass Frostmoth, or Froslass Moth. The Limitless page just straight up classifies it as Froslass Munkidori, which I think is kinda funny. One of these is also before rotation, so there's really only one deck list for this. Chilling Wings does 20 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon and puts the active to sleep. What, are we supposed to just hope it doesn't wake up? The deck needs like 5 turns to get set up. They're not going to be asleep for that long. That explains the 4 Night Stretchers. I also found what I think is a Donk deck, but that's all I could find. Or at least, all the notable things I could find. We still haven't mentioned the elephant in the room, and I know you've probably just been waiting with either anticipation or dread for me to mention it. Marnie's Grimmsnarl. And Starmie, I guess. Grimmsnarl's been an established thing for a while now, and as of now, it's the second best deck in general. And even if it really falls off in perfect order, it's still pretty good. Then there's Starmie, who's on Fraud Watch. Like, it's technically there, but I hate it. I really wish it worked, but it just breaks way too much, and when it does work, I can never get Monkey set up, and it's just a big old mess. Grimmsnarl would seem to be in the same boat at first glance, and it kind of is, but hear me out. If you run 4 Petrol and Precious Trolley, you can get some decent starts. I used to be Grimmsnarl's #1 hater, but as of recently, it started to grow on me. As of writing this, I built the deck yesterday, and I'm already hooked, which makes sense. My previous main deck was Festival Lead, but on the topic of building the deck, here's a deck list showcase. Dipplin, Applin, Grookey, wait, wrong deck. 3 Grimmsnarl, 2 Morgrem, 3 Impidimp, 2 of the main character, 2 Snorunt, 4 copies of Finding Dory, 1 Certified Hood Classic, 1 copy of Yveltal, 1 Tatsugiri, 1 Shaman, 4 Lily's Determination, 1 Judge, 4 Petrol, 3 Bosses, 3 Buddy Buddy Poffin, I don't use these too often, I might replace some of them, 4 Pokepad, 3 Rare Candy, 3 Night Stretcher, an uncommon edition, Precious Trolley, Air Balloon, 4 Spike Myths, and a lot of Dark Energy. There's 9 Dark Energy in total. Anyways, that's the deck list. I might turn this into a YouTube short. I just wanted an excuse to slap some cards onto a playmat, but that's all I really have to talk about in this video. I might possibly be considering a Festival Lead video, so look out for that. I don't know, subscribe or whatever, but that's all for now. See you in the next one.